My guest today is someone I have been dying to talk to since the moment she walked into the villa last season on Love Island, US. Now, she may have taken a few L's in the beginning, but she came out on top with a new man and a girl's by her side. Shout out to the Powerpuff Gang. She is the queen of confidence and an inspiration for so many Black women who don't want to settle in love or life. That's the power of representation in reality TV, y'all. Now, she's revealing what's next, so JaNa, welcome to the show. Hey, boo!
How are you?
Oh my God, I'm loving this boss.
You like? I'll be trying. Thank you, baby.
How are you, girl?
I'm good.
I am so excited to have you on the show. You know, I talked to Serena. I knew I couldn't go any further. I had to also talk to you. Thank you for coming to the show. It's
Anything
been
for you.
a year since Love Island premiered. I mean, time flew by so fast. How are you? How are things with Kenny?
We're good. Everything's good. We just been chilling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, isn't it so weird? Like, you go from being on this villa, cameras in your face, everything being so on 10, to then having the calm of, like, real life.
Yes.
How was that adjustment initially? Because now it's settled in.
You're right. It has settled in now, thank God. Everything was so fast. Like, I kind of don't even remember, like, if I'm being honest, August to, like, December.
Ooh.
I look at pictures, I'm like, oh my gosh, I did do that. I'm like, can you remember when we went here? He's like, no. I'm like, me either. But wow, get to know that we went to Japan. You know what I mean? Like, stuff like that. Yeah, it was a lot. But like, now that we've slowed down, it's so weird. Like, we're still like learning more about one another.
Sure. Yeah.
Like, and it's like things that you should have known like a while ago. But since like everything was so fast, we're just so focused on like supporting each other, like getting stuff done.
Yeah.
But like now that it's slowed down, like every day he like becomes my best friend more and more. And it's so exciting. Yeah, like I feel like we're still like that honeymoon phase.
Baby, this is Keke Palmer, yeah.
This episode is presented in partnership with Airbnb. Baby, summer's calling, and she's got one thing on her mind: your next getaway. My take? Plan your trip by searching guest favorites on Airbnb because these most loved homes are ready for your next adventure. Let's get into it. So, where do y'all live? Like, are you like different states, same state?
Yes. Okay, so he's in Dallas.
Okay.
I'm in Vegas.
Okay.
And then we're both here in LA for the summer.
Oh, that's awesome. So usually you guys are traveling back and forth, but then now you guys actually get some more like consistent time in LA.
Yes, ma'am.
How y'all like in LA? LA's different. I don't know how much you've spent time here before, but
it's a little different, you know. I lived in San Diego. I went to San Diego State. So like it's not like I remember the Cali vibes, but like, you know.
Yeah.
This traffic thing is just like not cute.
It's traffic. It's a lot of industry. And I'm sure you and the PPG, y'all are the hottest thing in town. So it's probably a lot. Has there been a highlight this year?
Oh, yeah. Okay. I think the highlight of this year is definitely the Grammys.
Oh, my gosh. Yes.
The fact that we got invited, we're like, y'all want us at the Grammys?
Period.
Okay.
Period. What was the experience like? Because I don't actually think that I've ever actually been to the Grammys before.
It was a lot.
Yeah.
It's good. It's really fun. It's really fun. But it's a lot of waiting. It was like a lot of waiting.
Yeah, no, the shows are usually long unless you have something to do. Like, I do like to work at events. So I know that, like, I'm doing this and then going home. Sometimes it's a lot to get into the party vibe. It's like,
you're
what's
right.
happening? No, seriously. So was there a moment where you realized coming off this show the extent of your popularity? Because when you guys are in the villa, you can't talk to anybody. You can't, you don't really know how the public is responding to you outside of the voting nights. So when was that moment where you realized, oh, wow, I'm really making an impact and people are really like rocking with me?
Okay, good question. Okay, so we have no idea what's going on inside the villa, right? And then it wasn't until like the last day they tell us that we're getting a reunion. And I don't know if you've seen the other seasons, but only like maybe the first 2 or 3 seasons got a reunion and then they stopped it.
Okay, for the US one.
So like you would have to do so good that America would want to see like a reunion. So we're like, a reunion, that means like we're doing good. And then the top producer took us aside. It's like, I just want you guys to know, because we don't get your phone until 2 days after each episode airs. So like we couldn't get our phone until 2 days after, so that you guys don't know who like won or not, you know, or won. But he goes in the kitchen, he goes, I'm so proud of each and every one of you guys. This has been my favorite one. He's filmed every single one.
Y'all was though. He didn't lie.
I thought we did good. But he was like, you're bigger than Bridgerton and your lives are gonna change forever. And it's something about when a producer says your life, like you're bigger than Bridgerton, because Bridgerton. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Like, everyone watched that one. It's from last year. Yeah.
No, but it really was like that. And it's
insane.
specifically because of like you and Serena, like PPG, but also like for me. Like I remember when I saw the clips of y'all, I felt so seen in a way that I don't feel
Aw.
like I'm always seen.
That's
and,
how you make us feel.
Oh, stop!
I'm so serious.
Girl.
Like, no, you make us feel like that. That's so crazy.
Oh my gosh, I really perceive that because, I mean, if it feels the way that I'm saying, then I know it's deep because it's just like, yeah, like I relate to her. And watching you guys on the show, I immediately was like, this girl is my friend. She is me.
Aww. We try to make the sisters proud.
No, you really, y'all really did. Held it together, but still wasn't robotic. You know what I'm saying? Like we saw moments on the show where you were vulnerable, where you like, hey, like, am I not that girl? Because I've been sure that I'm that girl.
Sis, for a whole second, I was like, I know. I'm like, you know, all right. But the way they were treating me, I'm like, I know about that life. Like, what is the issue? I was so confused.
It's tough. And honestly, we know it's tough in the real world, right? It's tough finding love and without cameras around. And then it is even more when people are watching you in real time figure it out with somebody. Before I get into like, obviously how you found Kenny in that moment before, I'm curious when you came back home how your relationships were impacted by being on the show, right? Because even for me growing up in the industry, I remember when I became popular, even my family member was like, can we take pics? So I'm curious, have you experienced that? Like how have things shifted since this popularity?
Yeah, that's actually a good question. My family's like, half of them from Southside Chicago. The other side's from Atlanta.
Okay, that's like my
sister. Yeah. I thought we're sisters. I told you. So, they ain't shy.
Yeah.
Right? So I'll just be minding my business. Every day I get a call, like a FaceTime, like, this is my neighbor. They want to say hi to you. I'm like, hi, neighbor. This is my mailman. I'm like, hi, Mr. Mailman. And like my baby cousins are like in dance classes. So they'd FaceTime me. It's like, they don't believe that you're my cousin. I'm like, I'm your cousin. Like, hey. And stuff like that.
Gosh.
Yeah. It's cute. It's sweet. But like, they're just like, so you got to get everybody a Christmas present, right? And I'm like, I already was. But, they're just the most. But it's been good. Like they've been supporting me a lot. My church, I know, but they're like, JaNa, like, when do you cuss? So it was so bad. Yes, it was
Not
so
the
bad.
church.
Yes, my mom's
They
like,
were like,
no,
"We
the
watched the
church is
show."
like, yeah. When they told me that, my heart dropped. I'm like, oh, I'm about to get in trouble. But they were very proud of me. Like, God forgives. So like, let's tone it down and, no more bikinis. I was like, sorry.
The body was eating though.
I was
So
trying.
I need the bikinis to continue.
I was trying.
So when you think about the JaNa that entered the villa and you think about the JaNa that's now outside of the villa, what is the biggest difference? What do you think, changed you the most from that experience?
Oh my gosh, that's such a good question. Okay, so I pride myself in always being like humble.
Yeah.
Right? So I try to be like double humble, which it's not even a thing. You know what I mean? Right? But like, I don't know. I think I've just been way more grateful. Like I always woke up with like gratitude and like every morning I'm like, God is good. Life is good. Everything's okay. I'm healthy. I'm smart. I'm strong, right? I'm kind to others and others will be kind to me. But ever since the villa, I have to tell myself that like twice a day now. I don't know why, but like right before I got in here, I'm like, everything's gonna be good. Keke loves you. You love Keke. Everything's fine. You know what I mean? Like, stuff like that. But I don't know. Like I've just been so grateful. I will say more nervous. I've never had anxiety.
Yes.
Ever.
Well, that's what, when you said that, that's what it sounded like to me. Like, but I mean, it's very natural. I mean, I think for me, I think I was an anxious person before I was in the industry.
I could never tell. I feel like you've been in since day one, like since you were a baby.
I was just about to say, it's probably hard for me to tell because I've been doing it for so long. But I do think being popular or being famous or being somebody in front of the camera, it will make you more anxious because you're constantly being perceived. So it's a natural thing. But the
Give
remedy,
me some advice, please.
I was going to say the remedy, I think, is what you just said. Like like having gratitude. Like, nothing really can go too wrong. At the end of the day, I just be myself. And if they don't like me, then hey, they don't like me. But all I can do is give my best. And that's how I've always dealt with it. And I'm the same way. Like I will repeat stuff. I'm like, this is the thing, this is the thing, this is the thing. And it helps me get through. So I just keep doing it.
So proud of you. Yeah. I was like, if she can do it, I can do it. But like, oh my gosh, the amount of like, I think it's just because,
a lot.
Right? I was like never ever anxious, never nervous.
Yeah.
Ever. Like I was like I signed up for like the talent shows. And like I was like prom queen. I was like, I got this.
Girl, I read that. I was like, Mama was prom queen. And then you grew up in Hawaii, which is tea too. On the beach.
Sound like that.
I live for that. So wait, quick with the prom queen thing, because I think that's like every girl's dream. I definitely wanted to be prom queen. I didn't go to high school, but I would have loved to, and I would have loved to be prom queen.
True Jackson.
What was
like.
right? I was the VP. I was the VP. What did it feel like becoming prom queen?
Oh my gosh, it's so funny because I know this sounds like very how do I say this? I kind of, respectfully, humbly, sorry, Jesus, but like I knew.
Period.
Only because my mom was prom queen, my brother was prom king. It's something in our family where like we just like are very outgoing. And I've been like, I was in Hawaii since 3rd grade. So like I grew up with all my family like and friends. And I was always like the only Black girl in class. I was very like kind and outgoing. So like I kind of knew. I knew so bad that I made my mom fly to California to get 4 dresses for me. So like we already knew. So she flew out there, picked the 4 dresses that I saw, flew them back. We tried them on. I picked one. And like when they said my name, I was like, oh my gosh. And everyone's like, JaNa, go. Like we knew. I was like, thanks.
Do you feel like that helped you with being in the villa or anything like that? Meaning like, I do feel like it's kind of like being a public like person.
You know what I mean?
You know?
I do this thing where like maybe, how to explain it? Because I was raised in Japan and I was like all over Asia, military brat. So,
okay,
like,
boom.
Right?
I'm like,
so,
this is a fabulous childhood.
No, like the way me and God, like, I was like, okay, God, go ahead. But the thing was like, I did this thing like growing up where I was always like the only Black girl.
Yeah.
So like I could either be like uncomfortable and shy, or I can just like, let me just be like not like, I don't want to show people I'm like shy or like uncomfortable in any room. So I would just like vibe with everyone. Like I'd introduce myself and stuff. So like all over the world, I made all these friends. And like even in 3rd grade, my first day of school, like I was like, what's your name? Want to be my friend? Like I was never shy. So I do this thing where like I just like adapt to others. I try to build rapport, all that cute stuff. So in the villa, my first day, I'm just like, the second I saw Serena, I was fine.
My girl with this suit, we're ready to go into politics.
We're ready.
I live for everything that you just said. And I do feel like we saw that in
you.
you in the show. Like that confidence and that kind of like, yeah, even if I am the only or one of few, like,
Yeah.
who gives a like, I'm
Like
here
I'm
to
gonna just
serve.
do it. Yeah.
Yes. And that was the energy we needed to see for a long
Thank you, baby.
time on Love Island. Seriously.
Baby, this is Keke Palmer, yeah.
Summer is here, and you know what that means. It's time to live your best life. This couple's trip I took to Turks and Caicos a while back lives rent-free in my mind. Okay, let me paint the picture. I stayed in this gorgeous Airbnb right on the beach, waking up to the sound of waves and stepping out onto the pristine white sand. That memory is still giving me summertime magic. Now, whether you're for a beachfront paradise like I had, a cozy cabin in the woods, or a chic city apartment, Airbnb's got amazing homes waiting for you. We're talking better locations, more privacy, and the kind of space that'll have you feeling like the star of your own summer blockbuster. So don't let the summer slip away. Book your Airbnb now and get ready to live that main character life. Trust me, you're gonna have a time. Baby, I have never, and I mean never, been more devastated than when I found out that some of y'all been sneaking around behind Domino's back just to get your stuffed crust fix. Now, you know us Virgos are incredibly loyal, steadfast even. Cheating, especially on something as serious as Parmesan stuffed crust pizza, ain't gonna fly in this house. I saw y'all slide into those other pizza spots drive-thrus, ordering that cheese-filled crust like Domino's, and I wouldn't find out about your little rendezvous. But sweetie, the healing starts today because Domino's just dropped their own stuffed crust, and now y'all got no excuse to keep stepping out on them like this. It's time to put those pizza cheating ways to rest. Domino's new Parmesan stuffed crust is serving pure decadence with that buttery, handmade dough wrapped around a cascading stream of 100% melty goodness. These are the cheese pools of your dreams. It's very much a Goofy movie level of ooey gooey cheesy deliciousness. Ooh. And of course, your girl can't forget about that signature garlic seasoning and Parmesan sprinkle dance on top of that perfectly baked crust, making every single taste like it was blessed by the pizza gods themselves. You can think about it now. I'm already imagining the parm stuffed pie I've been plotting on. Next time I'm placing my order, you best believe I'm having mushrooms, grilled onions, and some extra peppers just to, keep the vegetables on top. Now, this is the kind of commitment I'm talking about. No more pizza cheating needed when Domino's is bringing this level of excellence to the table. Order Domino's new Parmesan stuffed crust pizza on the Domino's app and use code Keke to get any 3-topping Parmesan stuffed crust pizza for $11.99. Price is higher for some locations. You must ask for this limited time offer. Prices, participation, delivery area, and charges may vary. Delivery orders subject to local stores' delivery charge. Holla at your girl. But before Love Island, you were an entrepreneur. Like, what made you, tell me a little bit about what your entrepreneurial pursuits were.
Of course. Okay, so fun fact, I think I've lived about 9 lives before Love Island.
That's right.
So people
Come on,
this is But I remember it started all the way from in high school. I would buy chocolate bars from the grocery store from the commissary for 50 cents
Come
and
on,
then sell
candy
them
store
for
lady.
$2. Exactly. So I've been a little Miss Entrepreneur, but I just told myself I would never depend on a man for anything.
And that's right.
Yes, ma'am. And I was I
Okay.
couldn't because unfortunately my mom did. My mom was such a good wife and such a good mom.
Yeah.
And then when my dad left, I saw the struggle. And man, that struggle, I was I could not do that. Why would you think to trust a man? So then I got 3 jobs at 16, and one of them was to sell chocolate bars and candies. And I was man, one day I made $100. I'm hold on, I'm rich.
Yeah, I know how to do
this. It was insane. It was so easy. Yeah. And then when I went off to college, my major, you don't need a business administration degree to run a business. You just really need Google and YouTube. So I changed it to it's really that simple, self-explanatory. So I changed it to communication so that I could have really good communication skills with my future employees because I was thinking long term. But I first did I sold lashes.
Period.
Yeah, they're called Nene Collection. And business was booming, and then COVID hit. So that business kind of and then I was bored in COVID. So then I started to learn how to day trade in the foreign exchange market. And I just love analyzing charts. It's very therapeutic to me.
Wow.
I started investing in stocks and learning how stocks work. So it was just, I don't know, I told myself somehow, some way I'm gonna do it. And then my Airbnb business came out and about because I was scrolling on Instagram. I saw all these young kids successfully killing it in Airbnb. So then I went to Dallas, and it's so crazy how Kenny lives in Dallas because I already knew about Dallas because I got my Airbnbs there. And then the laws changed in Dallas where you basically can only have midterm rentals. So after that business shut down, I was I don't know what I'm going to do, but I'm going to do it. I started studying Amazon, and then I did Amazon FBA.
Girl,
I still have
you're our sponsors.
Hustler. Yeah.
Yes, Airbnb and Amazon.
Love me some Amazon.
This is all real.
Yes.
None of this is...
But I now sell products on Amazon FBA, and then I went up into the villa. So then I had to hire a VA to manage.
So you
my
are
stuff.
literally a hustler. That Chicago
Yes,
side of
ma'am.
your family is coming through
South
strong.
side, we don't
because
play.
one thing we're gonna do is find a job and a gig. How do you think that helped you in the villa? Did you obviously you were going to the villa for love, but hearing you talk, you're a smart young woman, so you knew that there would also be opportunities coming out of the villa, whether there's love or something else otherwise.
Yes. You know what's so crazy? Even in the villa, I mean, thinking of the outside, I don't think any of us thought that it would be to this extreme.
Yeah.
Keke Palmer knows who I am.
I watched you every day in my bedroom eating food.
I would have never thought. I would have never thought, you know what I mean? So inside the villa, the way I use my entrepreneur, I guess, side of me was just to literally never give up and pivot. Every time a boy left me, I'm I'm just gonna pivot and we're gonna go to someone else. Man, the amount of L's I took up in that villa. But I could have gone home.
But you made it look like fashion.
Right.
You really did. You really, because I felt like it was, I don't know. I just never once felt oh no, poor JaNa. I just never felt that.
I didn't want anybody.
You just ate. You were this is crazy. They're crazy. But my moment is coming. Right. And your moment came.
Shout out to Kenny.
Shout out to Kenny. I know Kenny was young and he wasn't necessarily what you were thinking at first when you found out about that age. But
a little taller.
how did you get to the point of opening yourself up to him? I mean, obviously he's cute and he was nice, but
his skills little thing. Yeah, so the second he told me his age, I'm looking at that oh no, not a babysitter. I can't be a babysitter. That's insane, right? But the crazy part, he's 20, was he 24? And I was 27.
Yeah.
So I was oh, you're so cute. It went from is he handsome to he's cute, right? But the crazy part is, I don't know if Serena told you, but the night before he came in, Serena was still on edge of what she wanted.
Yeah.
I knew for a fact that I was single at that moment. So I was this sucks. And we're venting how it's so not fair, specifically for Black girls. We felt we were getting the shorter end of the stick.
Yeah.
And she was so frustrated. And I was oh my gosh, girl, I feel your pain. Girl, you're not alone, stuff, right? I'm we should just manifest what we want. So she's what do you want? And I was I need a Latino man. Because I already had a vanilla and I already had chocolate. I already had chocolate the first time, the second one vanilla. So I'll switch it up. And then she was okay. And I'm he has to be at least 6'1". She was
yes!
Yes. And then I said,
Latino.
It wasn't crazy.
Afro Latino. I know, that's right.
And I was he needs to be from New York. And she's why? I'm I don't know. The ones from New York are just a different. And I didn't tell her specifically the Bronx, but I said in my head, he's going to be from Brooklyn or he's going to be from the Bronx.
You need to stop.
I put this on everything, Serena, to this day. So when he came in, he was, at first he had mentioned something about Dallas, but I'm oh, but where are you from originally? He's I'm from New York. And I went, so, and I'm oh, that's cool. I'm oh, what are you? Are you Mexico? He goes, I'm Dominican. I said,
Afro Latina.
Yes. I was Serena. She's like, Jane, don't. And I'm like, she goes like, look, how tall are you? 6'3". And we're like,
Oh my God!
yeah.
I love when me and my girl start gagging together.
It was insane.
It's almost better than the news from the guy.
Yes,
It's like,
it was insane. So me and her looking at each other, I'm like, don't. But then he pulls like Leah for a chat first, and then me.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
But if you're gonna pull anyone, it's gonna be my best friend. So
Period.
Like, not mad.
And you chose correct.
And then, yeah. But then, yeah, I was like, I manifested him. It was so weird. So I'm like, you might be the one because I manifested you.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
and so
I know.
what, I mean, we missed so many and I don't want to say we missed, but we don't
No,
get to
you
see
did.
everything. Right. We don't get
You
to see
missed.
everything. So what were some of those things that are like on the cutting room floor?
You missed Serena go in at the fire pit. Y'all didn't see the full fire pit. Whoo, child. Let me might get in trouble. But Serena really like expressed herself way better than what the camera showed at the recoupling. I'll tell you that when the cameras are off. But Shawty went in as she should. Like, you guys are proud of her. You guys
I
should
just
really
feel
seen
like
her.
the casting was so good on this season. And if Love Island is listening and y'all ever decide to do an HBCU,
They're listening.
just call me to host it.
They're right there.
Call me. If y'all do an HBCU Love Island type of like extravaganza for Juneteenth or something, I will be your host. So let me know, because this casting was really, really well done, because I felt we saw all the different like nuances of cultural backgrounds, not just putting pieces together to say check off. It felt like all the people could actually connect on what they're interested in.
Isn't that crazy?
And that's why I think it was such a great cast, was because everybody was like, even if they're different backgrounds, they was on the same page.
Period.
And that's important. I mean, what was your mentality coming into the villa when it came to friends? Especially like just meeting people that were going to be, I mean, sometimes it is solo and lonely for the black
some
girl on
girls
the show.
came in solo and walked out solo. Like, we try to be good friends with them, but I think they're just there for such a short amount of time. But like, I told myself, obviously go straight for the black girls. And the good thing about me is I base people off their personality first.
Yes.
Like, it doesn't matter what you look like. I don't care where you're from, but if you're a mean person, you see what I'm saying? Yes.
Yeah.
So let me go for like the sweethearts, because I consider myself like a sweetheart. But like, every girl was such a girl's girl.
Yes.
Like, I thought I was a girl's girl until like when they saved me. I know. I thought I was going home. I was like, it's been fun. And they say, I'm like, y'all want me to still stay? Like,
every girl was a girl's girl. And I was like, to see you guys actually really form a clique that still maintained outside of the show. I mean, that must have been shocking for y'all. Like,
it was
there any moment where you felt like, I don't want to say the producers, but the producers and or the public pitting you against each other or trying to create any type of wars?
100%. So the thing about the producers is like, they will never make you do something you don't want to do, but they would like suggest something like, hey, like, it seemed like, Kenny hurt your feelings yesterday. Did you want to go talk to someone else instead? And I was like, no, people hurt feelings. And he's like, okay, well, like, I know you would want to vent to Serena, but why don't you vent to like someone else? I'm like, no, that's my girl. I need to vent to her. Like, they try to like make you do that. It's like, okay, well, just let you know, I think you should do this instead. Because I'm like, thanks for your opinion, but no, nice try. You know what I mean? Yeah.
But what do you say? Because at the end of the day, I'm sure being on the show, you're thinking to yourself, like, I also don't want to piss. I still want my TV time.
Yes. Like,
so
first, me and Kenny got no airtime, apparently. I haven't, like, I mean, I've seen the majority of it because, like, it's so hard watching yourself. But, like, people are like, yeah, I got no airtime. I'm like, we know. But I think it's because we talked about God
it was
a
like
lot.
Blink and y'all was in love.
Yeah.
And we were like, yes. But we did see it. But it was also kind of like, damn, she's tired up.
Because why did I think that too? People like, Jay, you're so desperate. I'm like, no, there was days that you guys missed. We actually had conversations. It looked like that, huh?
But we're also
That is
used to
so funny.
reality TV, so we know. We can fill in the holes, you know what I'm saying, for the most part. But I'm always curious of that because it's a balance, right? It's like at the end of the day, I want to stay on the show and have an experience. But also, like, I want to be true to myself.
Exactly. And that was, I think what set our season apart from the others was like every time, I would assume that the other seasons would just like fall into the suggestions of production. So many times they told us not to do something and we did it. We didn't care. They told me do not walk off set. I walked off set because I was upset. I'm like, did not care. And every single time they told us to do something, I kind of felt like we all purposely like just didn't do it. Just because like we're some bad little kids.
Well, also I live
like,
for the banding together energy.
Yeah. And I told them, I was like, if I go home, just like, Leah, Serena are going home. And then they're like, please don't go home. I'm like, I'm leaving. Like, I was so upset. I'm like, let's go, girls. I'm like, let's go. And there's so many times. But then like, I know that one moment, like Serena really needs to talk to like Cordell one more time. Leah needs to talk to Miguel one more time. So like, Jane, can we just stay for one more day? And if you sleep on it in the morning, if you want to go, we will all go. And I'm so grateful that they made me sleep on it that night because like, that was the day after Casa Amor. I'm like, this is ghetto. This is ratchet. This is
oh my gosh, the
Casa
Amor is so much. And like the girls are coming in and so ready to rub your man's back. It's like, why y'all so ready?
They told us one day, like, we promised you guys we're girls. I'm like,
it's like, I feel like they're like, you'll get extra $10 if you kiss him on the neck. It's like, why is everybody so ready to be freaked out? That was just so pissing me off.
We actually got in trouble, fun fact, we got in trouble because so one day, the day after Casa Amor, the following day, it's not like I don't think we were mean to the Casa Amor girls. We just didn't care to talk to them because it's just like,
because we know what y'all was up to. And y'all over there like a football player on the field ready to crash your head for extra cash. I know what's going on. They were too ready.
You are my favorite person.
They were too ready to get
They
your
were
man.
too ready. I'm talking about, like, you know, your mom's watching, right? Exactly. And I think, like, production, basically, long story short, HR came.
Okay. Get them together.
I was like, no, but
no,
they
for
was
us.
all together. We were in trouble.
Yeah, because I do remember that moment where it felt like I knew that time was cut. Like, I knew that there was a time lapse because everybody was, like, in that corner, and it was like we had to, you knew that things went left.
It was crazy. It was Liv and someone in the makeup room. So the first night, the girls were too scared. They thought that we were intimidating. So they waited outside the makeup room until we, like, got ready for bed, and we were like, don't care. And then went to bed, and they got their makeup room. And then the next morning, they were like, we wanted to do our makeup, but, like, I don't think they're welcoming. I'm like, okay, so wait outside. Like, we were not playing. So we're doing our makeup. And mind you, I want to go home at this point. Like, I'm already over it. Kenny tried me. I don't care to be here, right? I'm sitting outside, and Kayla goes, JaNa, like, Liv and Serena. Someone was with Liv. I think it was Serena. They're in the makeup room arguing with the Casa Amor girls. I said, time to shine. I took my shoes off so quick, and I'm running. I was like, let's go. Because I told them if I go, I'm going out with a bang. Literal bang. Like, I was so upset, right? Keke, I was running and I was ready. I get to the front, I go up the stairs, and who's there? HR with the other two producers that are never on set. They're up in the air. And I was like, and I had all this momentum. Like, what are you doing here, JaNa? I was like, just checking on my girls. Like, no, come here. So they called all the girls into the makeup room, and they were like, for you OGs to be so distant from the other girls, like, we picked you guys because of your personalities, because your kindness. Like, we know your hearts. Mind you, I'm here with shades on. So the girls are like, we're all in the room. I'm just like.
And that ain't even real, y'all.
Ain't even real.
We ain't got to go so far, but we can't
the way
be
they really,
chum.
you know what I'm saying? They tried us.
Like,
and so we had to go in a circle, and basically everyone apologized. I was silent because I'm like, I ain't do nothing. So what am I apologizing for? Like, I ain't do nothing, right? And then they went around. The girls were like crying. The customer girls were crying. Like, we're really sorry. Like, we hate that we're in this position. Like, we're rooting for you girls, but like, you know, like, we deserve love too. And I'm just like, just don't call yourself a girl's girl. Because me personally, if production's like, hey, you're not an OG, you're gonna come in as a customer girl, I would be like, send me home back to America. Because I would never in my life be a customer girl. I've seen the other shows. I see how it works. I would never sign up to break up a relationship. That's just not me. So I'm
it's tough, you know what I mean? And sometimes
so
you might find somebody during the customer time where it's like, okay, clearly this person was left. Yeah, exactly. Things went wrong and there's an opportunity. But it's very rare. But speaking of Rob, really quick, I wanted to do a sideline of what was up with Liv. And I loved Liv, right? But then she made me really upset.
Yeah.
When she came and Leah did all that stuff. What was that about? Like, why did she just suddenly get so vicious like that?
It was, I know,
like,
right?
Did I miss something?
I watched the episode 2 and I was like, did I miss something? No, I was there. I know. So the thing about Liv is,
I didn't get it.
So you gotta remember, Liv was like really young. She was 22 at the time. She was very ride or die.
For who and for what?
Right.
I just didn't get it. And she was seeming so like down for the girls, but then it was like, I'm sorry, what?
I know. So at my elimination, you know, she was obviously like riding, like, JaNa's not going anywhere. So I'm like, oh, my love for you is strong. I got your back, right? But the Rob situation, I don't know. So what you guys didn't see is like, respectfully, like, we're obviously all big fun family, but like on our break days, it would be Rob, Liv, Kayla, and Aaron. Like that 4. And then it would be literally PPG. Like me, Leah,
what do you mean
Serena.
by days off?
So we had break days on Fridays. Was it Fridays? Yeah, every Friday was like a break day where like you have to be separate from the guys and girls, but like we always kind of mingle in a way. Or like the days like during lunchtime, lunch break and stuff is when the cameras aren't on, you get to relax and chill. Like you play card games. Me and Leah would play volleyball for like hours. Serena would take naps because she's always so tired, right? But like there'd be times like in between sessions where you can take a break and you can just chill with your peoples. And like in between the breaks, or even like when we can free to roam when there's cameras even rolling. I don't know if you guys noticed, it was always me, Leah, Serena, right? With like as one by one they came in, like eventually it was Cordell, all of us, like, you know, as a thing. And then the others, not that it was ever separate because we're still family, but we're still separate. You see what I'm saying? So I would assume that Liv decided to have Rob's back because they were like a 4Z. And then like we were like a 6C or whatever. You know what I mean? Like whenever. So it was always like separate. So I would just assume that she had his back because like they were just close from the jump, even though we were all close. But like, I don't know. Yeah. And I felt the need. So when they started arguing, I had to mind my business because I don't know what they're arguing about. Oh, I know what they're arguing about. Sending Andrea home. And mind you, that argument was Leah, Kayla,
I mean, when they played it back in the reunion, it wasn't like Leah was so aggressively being like, send her home. It was like very lightweight. We don't know her.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, was
like,
the energy it gave.
And she was making it clear, Andrea's making it clear that she's like, I'm so all in for Rob. Like, it's gonna be hard to turn my head. Where the show is about being open to multiple people. Because like when a new bombshell comes in, it's not fair to that new bombshell that everyone's closed off. People like JaNa, who has no choice but to be open, is gonna give them the time of day, right?
Yeah.
So that was like Leah's made points. Like she said she's very clear to be closed off on Rob.
And everybody's in love until the camera says cut.
Exactly.
Because where's Andrea and Rob now? Like, give me a break. No offense, no
I would
shade,
love
no
to know.
tea.
Exactly.
But it was just like,
no, but when Rob didn't want to go home with her.
Yeah, like he stayed, babe.
You know what I'm saying? I'm like, baby, you don't look so good. Yeah.
So what was that about? Sometimes you get so invested, you know?
So invested, I know.
And
Really,
it's just
I'm on the sidelines because I got saved, so I couldn't be involved. I felt so bad. When the argument happened, I had to wait till they like hashed it out and then I come and comfort because, mind you, I was one of the girls that got like on the sideline. So I don't know what the conversation was. I don't know. Like, I was like, I know for a fact Leah wouldn't do that because Leah's petty, but she's not that petty. She would never, ever. And so when you guys saw that at the reading, I'm like, see, I knew she wouldn't do that, right? But mind you, I still wasn't there. And like, I was so grateful to all 4 girls for saving me. I'm always going to be team both. But like PPG's forever. So I'm like, I gotta run to Leah, of course. And then later on, I checked on Liv, of course. But I'm like, I'm running to Lily because, well, that's my sister. Yeah, but I felt so bad for all of them. But like, yeah, when people ask me about that question, I'm like, I got saved that day. So like, I don't have no idea what happened. I'm just grateful to be here and I love them both. But
but you know, you see what's going on. And
but when that happened, it really divided us.
I know it did because it divided me. And I was at home kind of like, what just happened here? I almost had to turn it off for a few days.
Girl,
because I was just kind of like, what was this about? And how he was able to just start up so much ruckus, Rob was.
Man, the way that Rob had an effect on everyone.
I didn't get it.
I love Robbie. But I'm like, what do y'all see that I don't? Like, I love him. He's the sweetest guy. But every girl that came into our villa was like, Rob. I'm like,
and then it became such a storyline that I think also that made people be engaged. Anyway,
yeah.
So you're still with your guy, obviously, Kenny. We talked about that at the top. I want to know on the show when he came back and he was crying. I didn't expect for his emotion to be so raw. What were you thinking then? Were you taken aback?
Yeah. So when he cried, I wasn't there. So like,
you didn't see this?
No, I had no idea he cried until like days. Like even the next day, they didn't tell me. I didn't know he cried until like the customer girls left. Like it was insane. So the second that happened, I told production I'm leaving. I'm walking off set, but you're not allowed to walk off set. But guess what? I don't give a. I was always done. I was so done.
Baby, this is Keke Palmer, yeah.
Summer reading, more like summer listening. I've been living for Emily Henry's Great Big Beautiful Life on Audible. Okay, it's got everything. A mysterious heiress, competing biographers, and that slow burn romance that makes you want to just throw your phone across the room, but don't because how else are you going to keep up listening? That would be crazy. And that's what I love about Audible. You can dive into these amazing stories while doing literally everything else. Working out, listen. Meal prep, listen. Pretending to clean, but really just dancing with the vacuum. Baby, listen. With over 1 million titles and thousands included with membership, Audible's got all the audiobook podcasts and originals you could want. Your imagination deserves this. Head to audible.com for a free 30-day trial, and your first audiobook is on me. Visit audible.com/KEKE and sign up today. There's more to imagine when you listen.
So I walked off set and I was like, get me psyched now. Like, I'm losing my mind. Like, I want to go home.
Girl, you better,
yes. I was like, I need to go home. I was like, I will pay any price for an Uber. Like, get me to the airport. I can't. And like, can you just have one conversation with Kenny? And I was like, absolutely not. Like, this is so embarrassing. Like, I'm the oldest girl at this point. The other older girl already got sent home. I'm like, I'm too grown for this. Like, I don't need this. Like, he chose her. That's fine. Mind you, the thing that people don't understand, like, me and Kenny were together for like 4 days and a break day before we went to Casa More. So we were like, JaNa, like, why are you so attached so soon? It looked like it was only like 1 or 2 days, but it was like we had a date in the ocean. It was so beautiful. We spent the whole day. It was like a 6-hour film day then. And then we had like the day of just like roaming around. And that day is when you would think he'd pull everyone else because he just got there. I thought he was going to pull Liv. I thought he was going to pull everyone else. We sat and talked that whole day. It was insane. I was like, go pull someone else because like, you're making the girls jealous. Kenneth, right? The third day was a challenge, the muscle challenge. And then he picked me, right? And then the fourth day was a break day. Fifth day, we wake up in the Casa More. The boys are going to Casa More. So I felt like we had enough time to realize like, don't try me.
Yeah.
Like, don't try me, right?
Yeah.
So when that happened, I was like, okay, you tried it. That's cool. Bye. Right? But then they made me go back on set. I was so upset. Go back on set. We had that moment. I started crying. I gave him a hug. I was like, I genuinely wish you nothing but the best. go for her because what you're not gonna do is pick between two girls.
I'm not playing that game.
Could never be me, right?
Yeah.
So I said bye, and then I walk off set. I talk to Syke. I'm like, give me an Uber right now. But while that's happening, he sees Leah and Serena and starts crying in their arms, like, but like obviously I should feel bad. I'm like, as you should.
Yeah,
Drop a tear.
I love the tears.
You almost me? Are you good?
I loved it. And I was happy when it came too because I wanted that moment for you. And I wanted to know that he was a good guy, you know, and I did end up feeling that way. I mean, now having been together for a year and some change, like, what do you think has impacted your relationship and made it stronger? How have you guys been able to grow? I mean, time can do it, but I mean, is there anything else you would say?
Yeah, I guess like, okay, so he's Catholic. I'm Baptist, but he keeps on going to Baptist churches for me, which I am so grateful for. I said that, my man, right? So like my favorite thing to do with him, I'm so serious, is to go to church. Yeah, I see that how he gets really like puts his hands in the air. We're praying, Bible study, all that stuff. We want to start doing like a Bible study series on TikTok because we're just so cute. But my favorite part about him is his relationship with God. Because if you have a relationship with God, that's all you need. You see what I'm saying? Like everything else, I know for
my
fact
mom
we're
in the
good.
back shaking her head.
Yeah.
What?
Yes, mama, you know. So like that's
living
my
for
favorite
that.
part, right? That's my only priority. I'm like, you gotta be a child of God. Everything else will be like fine. So the fact that he told me that he went to like a Quaker school.
Not familiar either.
Me either.
Yeah,
That's
I
the first
I
thing.
heard a question mark in your voice. I said same.
The first thing he told us in the bill that he went to a Quaker school. I was like, what's that? It's like it's a Catholic school that doesn't believe in violence.
Great.
I said,
what's the Catholic school that does?
Yeah.
Like, what is that? What's that called?
It's crazy. But yeah, so like I don't know, like what brought us closer together is definitely just like the religion-based relationship. And then like we barely get quality time, but like I love
barely get quality time. Why?
Yeah, like quality time was like a whole day. Like we never had a whole day of nothing. Like either I gotta go do something
because y'all are working
and then always working.
Love a job.
Love a job. God is good. Love a job. Keep me employed, please.
Okay.
But yeah, it's very like rare. But we go on trips together. Even when we go on trips, we have to make sure we get like the content or whatever. So technically we do have a lot of quality time. But like when we're just like chilling in bed, watching like TV, a show, just like Uber Eats, like that's my favorite. I know he had no makeup on. He likes to rub my braids.
Yes, wig braids. Yes.
I get home from work, he goes, let me help you. Takes out the
It's
and
so
then massage. It's just
you
I
need
feel
to let
so
it breathe.
Yes.
Yeah,
he
so
loves
true.
rubbing my braids. I was like, go ahead, Kenny.
One thing I love that we saw on the show too, that I think again, like obviously it's about love, but what was cool about you and PPG and just the girls on the show was that you guys encouraged each other to have the love that maybe sometimes we don't even want for ourselves. How do you feel your friendships impacted your ability to maintain, you know, not even just this relationship with Kenny, but how you view love in general? Because when your girls are holding you down and loving you, I think it really lets you know, like, if my homegirls are treating me better than this, then I don't need this, you know? So how did that impact your view of love?
You're so right. Oh my gosh, that's such a good question. So like, obviously my roster wasn't the best on the show,
At least you had a roster. It's hard out here.
You're so funny. No, believe me, it's not a flex me running through them. Believe me, I was running through, sent them home, everything. But like, that's such a good. I saw how like what they went through, and that was very motivating. Like, if Serena can forgive Cordell, who Jesus, proud of her. I can forgive Kenny. You know what I mean? Like mine wasn't that deep. So like that was very motivational. And then like every time I have a conversation with a guy, I'd run back to them and they'd be like, JaNa, do you not know how pretty you are, how smart you are, how kind you are? Like, don't you ever settle. Like they reminded me never ever to settle. So I had to send the first one home. You feel me? And then the second one, that's a whole other story. But like when I would talk to my girls and vent to them, they would just remind me like, yes, like that's so good. Like you're being open, you're being vulnerable, good job. Or like, no, JaNa, like you're better than this. Like absolutely not. You know what I mean? Like they just like motivated me. And they reminded me of who I was, even though we just met. It was so insane, but like I was so grateful. Without them, like who knows?
That was the best thing to see because I think with love, falling in love, desiring love, having a great foundation of friends, family of course, but like really good friends, it's so important to see. And we saw that for you girls, so I love that. Now another thing about PPG was y'all was sneaky, okay, going on missions,
we
getting
nosy.
tea.
That was our job, yeah.
What was the best tea that you found that wasn't shown, if you can remember?
Oh my gosh, yes. Okay, so because PPG originally we were TLC.
Oh, come on, crazy, sexy, cool.
You see? Yes, but like, you know, we only know we can't sing the songs in the villa.
Yeah.
So we turned to PPG, Powerpuff Gang, and we would do cartwheels, backflips, crawl around, right? The craziest one, which they didn't air, and production actually was like, can you guys get down, like stop being nosy. It was when Sierra, the girl from Casa Amor,
yeah,
she was with Miguel. Now Leah and Miguel are back to a thing. So she started to explore other things. And then she decided to go with the guy that Liv brought back, Kane, right? Kane, unbeknownst to us, was very handsome, very sweet, very kind, but a little bit on the jealous side, right? So a new bombshell comes in and it's Harrison.
Yeah.
Right? Harrison pulls Sierra for a date. Kane loses his, because he's just like, absolutely not. Like, why would she agree to that? But Harrison got a text and like sent the text to, like, she had to go. Just go on a date,
it was
right?
about
She got picked, right? So we wanted to know so bad because we knew that while she's on a date, Kane's like irritated. Like, if she likes him, then that's it for us and blah, blah. We're like, what? Like, this is how the show goes. Like, have you not seen the show? Like, you got to be okay with her talking to other guys. So she comes back and then she's like, how did it go? And she tells us like, oh, I actually really like him. And we were like, you got to go tell Kane. She's like, yeah, I'm going to tell him. So she goes to tell Kane. But we know that Kane's feeling some type of way. Like, if she likes him, then we're done. Like, I'm not going to pick her and da-da-da, right? So PPG, we go, ladies, assemble. So when they go have that conversation, we crawl up the stairs and we can hear him, like, just letting you know, like, if that's what you want, then we should cut off things here. And she's just like, so all we heard her say specifically was, so if I go on another date with him, you're going to cut me off? And he was like, absolutely. Like, it was insane. So then we go, oh, no, this is good. So we're listening. And then the producers are like, get down. Like, you can't listen to that one. I'm like, we're listening to that one. I'm like, no, just like, respect the privacy. And we're like, boo. So then we crawled backwards. And when she tells us what happened, we had to act like surprised. Like, he said what, girl? But like, girl, we heard it. Yeah, duh, we heard it. It was insane. But that was the craziest one. They didn't show that one. That was my favorite one. That was my favorite mission. We went on a lot of missions. We went on so many missions. And I think you guys only saw like one or two. So when we got out the villa and you guys knew what PPG was, like, how did you guys know what PPG was? Because we only did a couple of missions and like, I didn't know that they aired like only one or two, but we did like, we were nosy. What we don't like is when a girl doesn't stand on business. So when girls came in, like, how was your conversation with Rob? Oh, it was good. What did you guys talk about? Like, no, we don't know. Tell us. Oh, like, like, okay, fine. So the next time we had a conversation, we just got nosy. We snuck in and we heard it for ourselves. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so tell me if you can, because I know you guys have a group chat. What is the most, like, the last text in the group chat out of context that you can share?
Okay, not that one. Let me scroll. Not that one either. I have like photographic memory, so I'm just like, no, I don't. We gonna get canceled. Okay, we can.
Oh my
God! No, we're gonna get it so bad. Okay, I will say. Okay, so Leah and Miguel, they have like this fake baby because they want to like practice being like parents, right? And the baby cries and whines. And
oh my gosh, I feel like I'm in a Boy Meets World episode.
Yes. And so we were like, Leah, how's it going? Leah, how's it going and stuff? And let's just say in the nicest way, I don't think she wants to be a parent anytime soon. She's like, come get this damn baby.
Oh
she was just like, it won't stop crying. Like, all it does is cry. She said she tossed it to Miguel. Thank God he caught it. Mind you, it's a fake baby. Like, you have to practice like it's fake. She's no, get the baby away from me.
And we're just like, I'm telling you, having a baby, fake baby, it will do.
Yes.
It will definitely show you a lot about your relationship.
Yes. And I babysat it for like an hour at the park and I could understand her pain. Like, it just kept on crying. Mind you, it's fake. So when production wasn't looking, I just pulled the battery out. I was like, baby, here. Yes. And then it went to sleep. It went to sleep now for a very long time.
Deep sleep.
Yes.
Howling. So how's everything going with this new show? I mean, the fact that you guys have a show of your own, that's never been, as far as I know, that's never been done. That's never happened before.
Yes.
A spinoff in this way. So how's it been filming it?
It's been like a roller coaster, but like in a good way.
Yeah, because it's in the real world. You're not like in a villa. It's not as controlled of an environment. Like
exactly.
your friends and family are on the show. Like how does this
we
work?
get to bring in our friends and family. So my best friend was on. I think Kayla's like family was on. You're right. You can really bring anyone if you want to come on. Please come join us. You should have lunch with like me and
Are we on now?
Yes, we're actively filming now. Oh, no, I don't know if we got approval. It's so hard to get approval for things. But you should come to lunch with like me and Serena.
Oh my gosh, I would love because I love Serena. And Serena didn't get to come on the show like this.
I know. She told me to FaceTime you before you go.
I know.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, yeah. Like I really, really loved it. But it's so funny because I met Serena like at the NAACP Awards like a year prior or something before she did the show, and I didn't even realize. But I was like, girl, we go way back.
She told me she was so excited.
It was so good. So I would love to. I would literally live. I'm like, hey y'all. So What's tea, boo? I would live for that.
Can we add that to the list, please? Yes, but it's active right now. We're like halfway through.
Okay.
It was like 8 weeks, right?
What do you think some of the themes and the topics would be? I mean, I know you don't get to see it edited.
Yeah, that's the thing. So they told us that it would be a show where like they follow us around like our daily lives and like just like an everyday thing. And like that's what it is for the most part. But like being in LA, we just thought like I think the perfect opportunity is for them to air, like to record this. Because this is what I do. Like I get to go on podcasts. I meet like my idols and stuff like that. And Queen. And like, you know, like we fly around doing like the most crazy stuff. They're not really grasping that. And I think that's what we thought it was. They're grasping like very intimate moments. Like we all went to like Serena's house and Serena and Leah and I really opened up about like personal things that we never thought we would. But like give us a glass of wine and give us some
and
barbecue.
Here we go,
like,
baby.
You know what I'm saying?
I mean,
yes. But it's been like up and down.
Yeah.
There's a lot of cast members. There's like 11 of us, right? And we just didn't know the full cast.
All of it? Do I get to know who's all on it?
Oh, yeah. So obviously me, Leah, Serena, Cordell, Kenny, Miguel, Kendall, Liv, Kaylor, Aaron, and Connor.
Okay. Now what's the tea with Kendall? Yeah. Because there's a lot going on there. And a lot of the people was like,
you know, so funny.
A lot of the people were like feeling like he was microaggressive. There's been conversations around that. You know what I mean? Like, how did y'all feel inside the house?
Yeah, so Kendall is so like it sucks. We all view each other as like family. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So he's like the annoying little brother. Yeah, like annoying little brother doesn't mean to be annoying, but like so I tell people all the time, Kendall is messy, but he doesn't mean to be messy.
That's how messy people are.
You see what I'm saying? Like facts. But like he had such a good relationship with Serena. We all had good relationships. So when we watched back the show and saw how he was like egging Cordell to like be Team Dea over Serena, it really hurt Serena's feelings because like we didn't see that happening. I'm like, damn, I didn't see that coming in. He had like a lot of time to like, by the way, I was kind of messy, but like he just kind of like avoided it. So it wasn't until we watched the show like, damn, Kendall, you're actually kind of an op, but not really, but an op. And then I saw like where he backed her up in a corner, I guess is what they're saying. That very like frustrated everyone. I wish I was there. I was like, I don't remember him backing up. Oh, you know, I would have been there. So I'm like, Serena, I'm so sorry that I wasn't there. She's like, it's fine. Like, it was just like in the kitchen. I'm like, no, it's not okay. Like, you shouldn't have done that, especially from a black man to a black woman. You don't do that. We're supposed to have each other's back all the time. So it was very disappointing. I talked to him. He apologized to her. You know, since then, it's like whatever. But like even outside the villa, the only people other than PPG, like we've been like glue. Like we're always together. The only people that like hang out with the others is like me and Kenny. Because Kendall and Kenny both lived in Dallas. Yeah, so Kendall just moved to LA right before the show aired. Yeah. But before that, they were like, you know, so whenever I went to go visit Kendall was always like around, but like in a good way, whatever. Yeah. So yeah, I had to pep talk him a few
Even though those moments were uncomfortable, I do think that they gave the opportunity for us to talk about things on reality TV in a way that we never had before. Like on the new show, do you guys get to at least explore that topic or talk about what those boundaries look like? Do you guys get to go into some of the dynamics that we saw on the show in a more deeper kind of like, hey, let's talk about it type way?
Yeah. So I don't know if they're going to air it all. Yeah. But like we gave our 2 cents after watching it. And like, you know, like we hate how some things were cut, you know, if I'm being honest. Yeah. And we got to talk more. Like I'm avoiding a specific someone because I just don't like care to.
Who is it?
Think of the cast. I'll give you the last. Liv, Kaylor, Kendall, Aaron, Connor. One of those. I just don't care to associate myself with it just because like there's no beef, there's no nothing. But like since before the show that we're filming now, and between Love Island and this show, I've never hung out with like him. Yeah. And like I never cared to, because once you like talk bad about me, do me dirty, like it's cool, like I'm just gonna cut you off. And now we're on the show where like I kind of have to be in the same space. But like even if there wasn't cameras, when I don't care to be around someone, I just don't. You know what I mean? Like an op, I don't associate myself with ops. So it's kind of been like annoying in that sense because I didn't think he would get cast just because. What's the reason? No offense. Like, but you know, I can't take from other people's plates. That's just like, I wasn't raised that way. So I gotta let it go. But I'm like, keep your distance from me. But like, things like that. Like
has the distance been kept?
Respectfully, yes. And production knows if I were to see him in a vicinity, drop my mic and on about my way. You know, they don't have to play about me. But I know eventually we're gonna have to be in the same room, eventually. And like, there's gonna have to be a conversation that needs to like happen. But like, I personally just don't care for it. Like, it's so 2024, and that's just not me. You know what I mean? Like, I'm like, it's like that was so last year. Let it go. But out of respect and love for my supporters, I know that they're like, JaNa, go get that apology. Like, you deserve that apology. Like, we want that apology. I'm like, y'all want the apology, but I don't want the apology. Like, I don't care for it. Like, I'm good. You know what I mean? But so like that's like annoying.
I can't wait
thing
to
in the
see what that
background.
dynamic is going to be looking like. So the show is obviously called Beyond the Villa. We finally get to see life beyond the villa. I'm very excited. It is Kendall, Liv, Aaron, Kaylor, obviously Serena, Cordell, Kenny, you, and you know, I'm excited to see the show and to see what all it explores and these intimate conversations and just to see, you know, like what's going on with my folks after the show. It's so exciting, and congratulations on it. Seriously,
Thank you so much.
Now, I mean, our interview, I guess it has to come to an end at some point.
No, we're having so much fun.
I know, but before you leave, I would love to play a game. Okay, now this game is gonna be putting the girl in girls. So pretty much it's called Villa or Villain, and I'm gonna read you some situations, and if you side with the girls, you're gonna say Villa, and if you side with the man, you're gonna say Villain. Okay, are you ready?
The guys are villains.
Okay, your girl says she saw your new man on a dating app. He says she's lying. Villa or villain?
100% Villa.
Okay, you believe in the girl?
Yes.
Period.
Because what girl will lie about that? Men lie way
girl will
more
lie about that.
than, crazy. Boys
I love
lie.
that. Okay, your boyfriend asks you to miss your best friend's birthday for an NBA game. Villa or villain? I mean, obviously we know.
Right?
It's
That's
Villa.
so messed up. Villa.
Yeah, like,
I
come on,
cuss him out for asking a dumb question.
And I don't even like NBA.
And he's missing the NBA too, and he's coming to the birthday. Like, what?
Period. Because you don't care about the game.
He said, I don't even
Do you got tickets? It's the only way that makes sense. Okay, you see your girl making eyes at your man at the club, but she denies it when you confront her. Villa or villain? You know what the answer is.
Yeah, she's
It's
the villain.
Boo. Yeah,
She's the
villain. I'm
villain.
believing the guy in that scenario because I
Yeah.
seen you with my own eyes, eyeing my man.
Come on.
Eyeing my
Period.
man. No.
She almost
Okay,
got jumped.
your boyfriend hears that your friend was running her mouth about you. Villa or villain? Who you believe in?
My man.
I'm believing, it's villain all day.
Because he would do something like that. He wouldn't just lie about that.
And how did he know this information?
Type.
You know what I mean? Type.
I mean, feel like this situation's like real. I'm like, hold on, who? No, I'm kidding.
Seriously, who said that, Portia? Okay. Your friends plan a girls' trip, but your boo wants to make it a couple weekend. You know what to say.
Sorry, baby. Villa.
Come on,
He
we
can
can't
wait.
do that. I don't want to be the girl
Girls
that's like,
girl.
I gotta bring my man. No. Leave his ass at home. That's too much when that happens. And we all love it. We love him so bad. He's so much fun when it's just us two.
I'm about to cry.
But that's not what's happening.
Bags. You're the funniest person I've
You
ever
know I'm
met.
not lying. Okay,
Period.
last one. You and your friend like the same man, and he's coming between you two. Villa or villain?
And A, not applicable because that could never happen. Nice try.
Yes!
Girl, though. Obviously Villa, but like, could never happen.
Obviously Villa, but what if she says villain and she chooses him?
Then that's not my friend. We gotta fight. No, I'm just kidding. You're not gonna fight you now, right? No, I'm kidding. That'd be crazy.
That's a tough one, but that is
Yeah.
the last one. And I've had so much fun with
Thank
you, JaNa.
you so much for having me.
One last thing before you go. I mean, what's next for you? We talked about all the entrepreneurship going on. I know you recently did an interview. You just did an interview with Doechii.
I did.
I mean, are we going to see you do more hosting, like more public
Yes.
speaking?
Yes.
Okay.
So like my top inspirations, like you're one of them.
Oh,
Yes.
stop!
The way you run the show and everything you do. I just love everything about you. I can never be like an actress or anything. Like
Yes, you could.
You think so?
Yes, girl.
So like I have this bucket list. Like I love hosting.
Yes.
Like you could just be free and
Babe,
just like
you could
like
do
how
all
you
of
are.
that.
You think so?
La La Anthony
Yeah,
style. You're giving us
literally.
hosts, you're giving us actors, you're giving us NBA. I mean, I don't know what Kenny,
Yeah.
he's not an athlete, but he looks like one.
He's
so it
6'3".
matches.
Yes.
I love
But
it.
like I have this thing right now, like I just say yes to everything until I figure out what
Come
it
on,
is.
Shonda Rhimes.
Yes.
Year of yes.
Year of yes. But yeah, I keep on saying yes. But as of now, like, what do I like? I like the whole hosting. It seems like so much fun.
And we need that for the next generation. Yeah, and back in the day,
That's
people
what
would
I'm
pop
saying.
up out of the reality TV and they're like, it's me, your host.
Yeah.
Like old girl from Bachelor, she's Rachel Lindsay.
Yes.
I mean, she's not got her own.
Yes.
I mean, she came from The Bachelorette.
Literally. Period.
Or The Bachelor, you know which one.
Yes.
But I can see that,
You
and
see
we're
it?
manifesting that.
in Jesus' name.
And I can't wait to come on your show.
thank you. I'd love to have you.
Yes. Thanks so much,
Thank
JaNa.
you.
Ooh, take me back to the villa, y'all. That conversation gave me life. And JaNa's confidence is a whole vibe. I will be seated to see what the PPG is getting into this summer. And their zodiac parent, Kenny's a Pisces, she's a Sagittarius. I am manifesting a Love Island engagement. JaNa is such a perfect example of why we need more unapologetic Black love and friendships on reality TV. Okay, we need to see real people, not just actors experiencing the full spectrum of emotions on screen, from heartbreak to unconditional love or being a little messy now and then. The more that shows spotlight our stories, the more we spread that love. And that's what it's about. Until next time, it's your girl.
Baby, this